Picture yourself standing in front of a mirror, feeling frustrated as another year passes without real progress. Your clothes feel tighter, your energy levels are low, and that stubborn number on the scale won't budge. You've tried the quick fixes, the crash diets, the miracle pills, but they all left you feeling defeated. What if there's a better way? A path backed by real science, not marketing hype? What if you could lose 30 pounds of actual fat while becoming stronger and healthier? Transformation isn't about suffering or extreme restriction. It's about understanding how your body works and giving it what it needs to burn fat efficiently. Today, you'll discover a complete, evidence-based system that has helped thousands achieve lasting results. Every recommendation comes from peer-reviewed research published by leading universities and medical institutions. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear action plan you can start immediately. Before we begin, let me connect with you. If you're new here, welcome to a community that values real science over empty promises. We're building something meaningful, and I'd love you to be part of it. Hit that like button right now. It helps YouTube share this with others who need it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our content. Your health transformation starts today, and I'm genuinely excited to guide you through it. Drop your country or city in the comments. It's incredible to see our global community working toward the same goal of becoming their best selves. You've heard it countless times. Cut 3,500 calories and lose exactly 1 pound of fat. It sounds mathematical and certain. The problem? It's wrong. Research in the International Journal of Obesity examined 7 weight loss experiments and found people lost far less than the 3,500 calorie formula predicted. Why? Your body adapts. As you lose weight, your body becomes more fuel efficient. Research shows that for every pound loss, your resting metabolic rate decreases by approximately 7 calories daily. This compounds over time, explaining why initial weight loss gradually slows, even when following your plan perfectly. Understanding this isn't discouraging, it's empowering. When you know plateaus are normal biology, not personal failure, you can push through strategically. So what's the real math for losing 30 pounds? Over 15 weeks, you need approximately 2 pounds weekly. That requires a weekly deficit of about 7,000 calories or roughly 1,000 calories daily. Before you panic, here's the smart approach research validates. Split this deficit. Cut 500 calories through strategic nutrition and burn 500 through training. This balanced method produces superior results compared to diet alone. You won't starve. You won't be miserable, you'll be strategic. Here's the transformative question. Why do you really want this? I'm not asking for surface answers like to look better or doctor's orders. Dig deeper and uncover the true emotional driver. Research in behavioral psychology shows people who identify their deep personal why are dramatically more likely to succeed. When obstacles arise, and they will, superficial reasons crumble. A deep, emotionally resonant reason becomes your unshakable foundation. Let me share something personal. Years ago, I told myself it was about health. That sounded mature and responsible. But when I got brutally honest, the truth was different. I wanted to feel worthy. I wanted freedom from self-criticism. I wanted confidence instead of invisibility. Once I acknowledged my real why, everything shifted. Workouts became non-negotiable. Nutrition became effortless. Why? Because every choice connected to something that genuinely mattered at the deepest level. I want you to experience that clarity. Pause this video right now. Grab your phone or notebook, write your goal, then ask why. Write that answer. Ask why again. Keep going deeper until you feel an emotional punch. That visceral reaction, that's your anchor. That carries you when motivation fades and discipline must take over. This might feel uncomfortable, but it's critical. Your why transforms information into action, knowledge into results, dreams into reality.
Nutrition is where transformations succeed or fail, and it has nothing to do with willpower. It's about having a clear, sustainable system. The approach I'm sharing is simple enough to follow consistently, but sophisticated enough to produce remarkable results. We'll focus on 3 key macronutrients with exact numbers based on current research. First, protein is absolutely non-negotiable. A meta-analysis published in Clinical Nutrition examined 47 studies with over 3,000 participants and found that increased protein intake significantly prevents muscle loss during weight loss. The research shows consuming at least 1.3 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily is associated with muscle preservation, while intakes below 1.0 grams per kilogram lead to higher muscle loss risk. For practical purposes, aim for roughly 1 gram per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 180 pounds, target 180 grams of protein daily. Why is this critical? Protein is the most filling macronutrient, keeping you satisfied longer than carbs or fats. It requires more energy to digest, meaning your body burns extra calories processing it. Most importantly, adequate protein signals your body to preserve muscle even when calories are restricted. Second, dietary fats are essential despite decades of misinformation. You need fats for hormone production, brain function, and overall health. Aim for 50 to 60 grams daily, depending on total calorie intake. You don't need to obsess over this number. Most fat comes naturally from protein sources like steak or salmon, plus cooking oils. Keep it moderate and move forward. Third, carbohydrates provide flexibility. After hitting protein and fat targets, fill remaining calories with carbs. These fuel your training sessions. Your body uses carbohydrates efficiently for high-intensity exercise, and adequate carbs help maintain training intensity while preserving muscle.
Here's a simple framework making meal planning effortless: the 2-6-8-10 system. For protein, 2 scoops of whey protein provides 50 grams, 6 ounces of chicken breast provides 50 grams, 8 ounces of lean steak provides 50 grams, and 10 ounces of tuna provides 50 grams. For carbohydrates, 2 cups of cooked rice provides 50 grams, 6 ounces of sweet potato provides 50 grams, 8 ounces of cooked pasta provides 50 grams, and 10 ounces of dry oats provides 50 grams. Mix and match these building blocks to create endless meal combinations, hitting your targets perfectly. Let me show you how simple this becomes in real life. Breakfast, 1 cup of oats plus 2 scoops of whey protein with berries delivers 50 grams of protein and 50 grams of carbs. Lunch, 6 ounces of chicken breast with 2 cups of rice and vegetables gives 50 grams of protein and 50 grams of carbs. Dinner, 8 ounces of sirloin steak with 6 ounces of sweet potato plus salad provides 50 grams of protein and 50 grams of carbs. Add snacks as needed based on your specific requirements. No complicated calculations, no stress, just simple building blocks repeated consistently. If you need additional amounts, the system scales easily. Need 25 more grams of protein? Add 1 extra whey scoop or 4 more ounces of steak. Want 75 grams instead of 50? Multiply accordingly. This flexibility means the system works whether you need 100 grams or 200 grams of protein daily. You can also use tracking apps like MyFitnessPal or Lose It for precision, but many people find this simple framework perfectly adequate. The key is consistency, not obsessive perfection. Follow this system most of the time and results will come.
Nutrition sets the foundation, but training transforms your physique from simply smaller to genuinely impressive. Research is crystal clear. If you only diet without training, you'll lose weight, but significant portions will come from muscle tissue. A landmark University of Chicago study published in the Annals of Internal Medicine found that with adequate sleep, 8.5 hours, dieters lost 3.1 pounds of fat and 3.3 pounds of fat-free mass. The crucial finding, with proper support including resistance training, you can shift this ratio dramatically toward fat loss while preserving or building muscle. This determines whether you look weak and skinny or strong and defined. Focus on compound movements, exercises working multiple muscle groups simultaneously. Squats, deadlifts, bench presses, overhead presses, rows, and pull-ups are your foundation. Research published in Frontiers in Physiology comparing multi-joint to single-joint exercises found that while both build muscle, compound movements provide superior time efficiency and functional strength development. Train a minimum of 3 times weekly, ideally 4 if your schedule allows. Perform 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 12 repetitions per exercise. This rep range is consistently shown optimal for maintaining and building muscle during caloric deficits. The critical factor most people miss is training intensity. Research on muscle hypertrophy shows significant growth occurs when you push hard enough. The sweet spot is stopping about 2 reps short of absolute failure. If you could do 12 reps but stop at 10, that's perfect. This challenges muscles enough to force adaptation without creating such deep fatigue that recovery becomes impossible. Studies have established this reps in reserve principle as optimal for sustained progress without overtraining. If you're barely sweating or could easily do 5 more reps, you're leaving gains on the table. Progressive overload is essential. Gradually add weight, reps, or reduce rest periods weekly. Cardio completes the puzzle, but will be strategic. Walking is your baseline. Aim for 8,000 to 10,000 steps daily. A massive meta-analysis published in The Lancet Public Health analyzed data from over 226,000 participants across 17 studies. Researchers found that every 1,000-step daily increase was associated with a 15% reduction in all-cause mortality risk. Even if you can't hit 10,000 steps, benefits begin at as few as 4,000 steps daily and continue increasing up to 20,000 steps with no apparent upper limit. This isn't just fat loss, it's comprehensive health improvement. Beyond daily walking, incorporate 2 to 3 Zone 2 cardio sessions weekly. This means 30 to 40 minutes on a Stairmaster or incline treadmill at intensity where you're working hard but can still hold a conversation. Calculate your Zone 2 heart rate. Take 220 minus your age, then multiply by 0.7. For a 30-year-old, that's 220 minus 30 times 0.7 equals 133 beats per minute. This cardiovascular training burns fat efficiently while building aerobic capacity. The Stairmaster is particularly effective because it challenges your cardiovascular system and leg muscles without wrecking your joints. Finally, add 1 high-intensity interval training session weekly. 8 rounds of 20 seconds all-out effort followed by 90 seconds of rest is remarkably effective for fat loss and cardiovascular improvement. Research shows HIIT increases metabolic rate for hours after exercise. Always warm up thoroughly, 5 to 10 minutes of light cardio, before attempting HIIT to prevent injury. More cardio isn't automatically better. Excessive cardio can interfere with strength training recovery and actually promote muscle loss. The strategic approach outlined here provides optimal fat loss while preserving hard-earned muscle tissue.
Recovery isn't optional, it's where transformation actually happens. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that acute sleep loss reduced muscle protein synthesis by 18% and created a catabolic hormonal environment. Researchers measured increased cortisol and decreased testosterone following just 1 night of total sleep deprivation. Chronic sleep restriction doesn't just make you tired, it actively sabotages fat loss goals. The University of Chicago conducted a groundbreaking controlled study published in 2010. 10 overweight participants followed identical diets for two 14-day periods, one sleeping 8.5 hours nightly, one sleeping only 5.5 hours. Results were stunning. With adequate sleep, more than half the weight lost came from fat. With restricted sleep, only 1/4 of weight loss came from fat. The rest came from precious muscle tissue. Sleep restriction decreased fat loss by 55% compared to adequate sleep. Participants also experienced increased hunger due to elevated ghrelin levels, making diet adherence harder. Your sleep target should be 7 to 9 hours nightly in a cool, dark environment. Reduce screen exposure at least 1 hour before bed, allowing natural melatonin production to increase. Consider progressive muscle relaxation. Systematically tense and release different muscle groups for 5 minutes before sleep. This military technique helps you fall asleep significantly faster. Quality matters as much as quantity. Minimize sleep disruptions by creating a consistent sleep schedule. Alcohol deserves special attention because it dramatically impacts fat loss. Research shows each alcoholic drink can pause fat burning for 12 to 36 hours as your body prioritizes metabolizing alcohol. If you drink, limit to 1 or 2 drinks maximum. Choose spirits with zero-calorie mixers or light beers rather than sugar-laden cocktails. Weekend binge drinking can completely undo weekly progress. Stress management also matters. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, promoting belly fat storage and increasing cravings for junk food. Weight loss isn't linear. Expecting steady progress weekly sets you up for disappointment. Your weight fluctuates 2 to 5 pounds overnight due to water retention, sodium intake, hormonal changes, and carbohydrate storage. Smart tracking is essential. Weigh yourself 3 to 4 times weekly and focus on the weekly average, not individual data points. A sudden 2-pound increase overnight isn't fat gain. It's probably water retention from yesterday's salty dinner or increased carbohydrate intake replenishing glycogen stores. Measure waist circumference once weekly. If your waist is shrinking even when the scale stalls, you're absolutely losing fat. Take photos weekly in the same location at the same time of day wearing similar clothing. Visual changes often appear before scale changes. Side-by-side photo comparisons reveal progress your mirror can't show you daily. Track training performance religiously. If body weight decreases while gym strength maintains or improves, that's the gold standard indicator you're losing fat while preserving muscle. Losing strength while losing weight suggests you're losing muscle tissue. Time to increase protein or reduce cardio volume. Record every workout. Exercises, weights, reps, sets. This data shows whether you're progressively overloading muscles over time. If after 2 consistent weeks you're not losing at least 1 pound weekly on average, make a small adjustment. Women should reduce calories by approximately 100 daily. Men should reduce by 150 to 200 calories. Alternatively or additionally, add 15 to 20 minutes to weekly cardio. Never make massive changes simultaneously. Small, measured adjustments help you find your optimal approach through careful experimentation. Your body is unique, and what works optimally for someone else might not be perfect for you. Patient, systematic adjustments based on your individual response data will get you there. 15 weeks from now, you can stand before that mirror seeing someone completely different. Not just physically smaller, but genuinely transformed. Someone who proved they can set an ambitious goal and achieve it through consistent, intelligent effort. Someone who learned to value their body enough to fuel it properly, challenge it appropriately, and rest it adequately. The path I've outlined today isn't wishful thinking or clever marketing. Every recommendation comes from peer-reviewed research conducted at leading universities and medical institutions worldwide. Thousands have already walked this exact path and successfully arrived at their destination. The only remaining question, will you be next? Your transformation starts the moment you decide it does. Not next Monday, not after the holidays. Right now, in this moment. The person you want to become is waiting on the other side of these 15 weeks of committed action. I want to hear from you. What's your why? What's the deep, powerful reason driving your transformation? Share it in the comments below. Make it public. Make it real. Let this community support and hold you accountable. If this video was helpful, kindly type yes in the comments. That motivates us to produce more content like this. Hit that like button to help this information reach more people who need it. Share this video with someone you care about who's struggling with their weight. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop on our latest evidence-based content. Thank you for investing this time in yourself. Thank you for trusting me to guide you. Now go out there and prove to yourself what you're truly capable of achieving. I'll see you in the next one.